They're passing through town. This is on the far stage right, I guess, Kristopher Knowles. I'm going to read you a little bit off this poster here, just by way of introduction for Chris. The walking miracle. It's not the normal request you'd expect from a 14-year-old boy, but Kristopher isn't like your average child. He's been in desperate need of a liver transplant almost since birth. He has undergone 20 operations, is on the top of the list for potential recipients in Canada, and he's now taking on the enormous task to try and raise awareness of both his plight and others like him. He's embarking on a cross-country journey to make sure that everybody gets the message. I'm doing this to save 4,000 Canadians. 4,000 men and women are on the waiting list for organ transplants. To tell everybody to sign their organ donor cards so that people like me and the 4,000 Canadians can live. That's what Kristopher's saying. Beginning January 8th this past year, the courageous young man left his hometown of Sarnia, walking westward to BC, and then he'll start at the eastern leg of his tour in St. John's, Newfoundland, and he's hoping to wind up in Toronto for Christmas. And if the life-saving organ becomes available, his brother will take up the trek. Chris is joined here by George Marcello, who will speak later, who is a liver transplant recipient. His dad up working the camera back there, Kelly, and Merle working the other camera, who's a videographer that's doing the documentary to make a film of this. So y'all are going to be famous after this show. So I've got the student body. And before he gets away, though, I'd like him and George to come up, and you may have some questions. You may want to say a few words. You come up too, Kristopher. You're the main man here. Let me say thanks so much for bringing it to this community, bringing it to this town. There are people here, I know Dale Connor's here, who's a liver transplant recipient. George, this really is miracle work we're talking about here. It really does work. It has a profound effect on a lot of people. And Chris, you must have something you want to say. I mean, the guy's after meeting all these prime ministers, premiers, not to mention the nice looking women that he was with. You want to say a few words?
I want to thank everybody for gathering here at such a short time. I really want to thank your principal, Bert Lewis, for putting this together as well. Got the message from your friend Brian Young. Said, make sure you get a hold of Bert. Make sure you get a, and we did. And the thing that motivates Kristopher the most is when he meets people like yourselves that have made that incredible gift, and that's what keeps him going. I also want to thank the Sky Hotel for helping out with accommodation, along with Smitty's and Fleur de Lis restaurants, beautiful food there. And Kenzo Ford, they're helping us out with our vehicle. As your principal mentioned, we're hoping to get as many. Yeah, no?
And Dorothy and everybody in the kitchen for lunch.
Oh, and, okay, there you go. It's even your school. And as your principal was saying, we're trying to gather as many students to walk with Chris for 12:30 to Sarah. So I don't know if you can let anybody off a period. Look, we got a police escort, the radio truck's coming out and everything, and Chris needs the company as well. And so if we have any questions, we've got about 5 minutes, and Chris will answer some questions. Any questions at all?
How many hours a day do you actually walk?
Depends how the weather is and how I feel. We walk about like an hour a day, and about 1 to 10 kilometers a day. So I'm not really walking the whole thing because of my problem. So they said I'll walk more kilometers than walking in a straight line, and I've walked about 2,500 kilometers like that.
That's got the beeper, and it's called the Lifesaver because we carry that with us throughout everywhere. And we're praying, and he's been waiting 13 years for that thing to go, 14 years. He's gone through 3 generations of beepers so far, and we're praying every day that that goes off. That's why we won't allow him to walk on the highway. We don't want to take the chance of not getting to the airport in time. So But as he mentioned, he's walked, by the time he's finished this, he will have walked across Canada. So it's called the walking tour, though. Back
You
there?
guys almost at the end of your journey now, or is it just begun? I guess it's just begun.
We are actually at the end of our journey. We started in Sarnia, Ontario on January 8th, and we walked from there to Vancouver, BC. We finished June 18th of that leg. Then I came home, and then we drove out to North Sydney, and then took the ferry to Port Bass, and then drove to St. John's, Newfoundland. And just about 4 days ago, we finished the Newfoundland Island, and now we're here, and we'll be back and finish in Toronto on December 17th.
Do you want to see his stomach? He's gone through 20 operations. He does this all the time. He likes doing it. Show me his stomach. He's an incredible kid. You know, he's just incredible. Also today, we've had some tragic news, which I'm very sad to tell everybody. One of Kristopher's dad, Kelly, his best friend, died in a tragic motorcycle accident back in his hometown, Sarnia. So today we're doing this in memory of Mr. Foster. And you know, we're going to get him on a plane for Kelly to attend. You know, these things happen. Is there any other questions?
Do you guys have donation spots set up or anything like that?
We do got a toll-free number, 1-866-992-3645. I left some posters. And we have flags for sale, $10. If anybody needs them now, I can run out in the car and get them. I'll probably bring back some before we leave, if anybody's interested. Beautiful flags. You put them on your car, and they're really beautiful. Yeah.
I just want to say, I have a brother that passed away and never done lung transplant, so I'm sensitive to your journey now. But I know the Lord will be good and bless you both here, because it is a blessing when I think it goes out and I know how we felt. And I think it's awesome. Congrats that you're here to listen to the message that Kristopher has to give. It's a very important one, so hopefully today when we leave, we might go to register and change.
Thank you so much.
Well, again, thanks to the Human Services Continuing Care class. I sent the message out early this morning, and they must have distributed them, because somebody would say, you may have heard me on the PA system trying to work it. I'm the principal, I can't work PA systems. Some people heard it, some didn't. Then I tried repeating it, and someone said, get away from that machine. So, hopefully the technology will work better for Kristopher than I've been able to play with it. But a very moving message here today, and very caring and special that you all came out to be a part of it. So again, thanks so much, and we'll get Kristopher off there.
We're here for a very special occasion this afternoon, and I'm going to say a few words, and we're now going on MC the men. I'm sure we'll take the remainder of the fourth period, see how it goes. But we have a special young man here today who is walking across Canada for a very important cause, organ donation. Interestingly enough, by communicating by telephone with his manager, George Marcello, George was actually here a year or two ago, and was walking and promoting the same organ donation promotion. George is with the Kris'S and is passing the torch, as he says it, and that is what Kris is carrying, to see that this program continues to go on, that the education of organ donation continues to go on across Canada, and for young people like you, hopefully to be knowledgeable, be willing to participate in organ donation, and God forbid if something happens, perhaps some good can come out of it.